What's up, guys? McMillan124 here, back with another fight predictions. We got UFC 328 here, and we're gonna be starting from the first fight and ending on the main event. So let's get started. First up on the prelims, we have Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. Here I got Ochoa winning here by decision. This is mostly based on just because he's just a little bit bigger fighter, and I think he has a little bit more credible wins than Clayton. So I got Ochoa by decision. Next up on the prelims, we have Basinger Surkov versus DeJordan Santos. I got Basinger winning here by TKO in the second round. He's going to keep his undefeated streak going. He's a younger, bigger fighter with a better resume, honestly. So got Basinger. Next up on the prelims, we have Pat Sabatini versus William Gomez. I got the underdog winning here. Kind of crazy, he's the underdog. He's quite a bit younger, and he's the bigger guy. But I guess Pat Sabatini is pretty experienced in the UFC, and he's got a lot of wins and experience under his belt. But I'm going to be going Gomez, round 2 TKO. I think it's time for him to get a knockout, honestly. See it. Next up, we have Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Personally, I think Kopylov's going to win a decision here. I think people are counting him out. I'm not too sure about this Marco Tulio guy, but Roman is proven in this weight division, and he's just had some tough opponents in his recent bouts. He's the underdog here, and yeah, I think he's going to win the decision here, just keeping it at range and being able to beat him on the feet. Next up on the prelims, we have Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Jim Miller, Unk of the UFC. I do think Jim Miller did look pretty slow in his last fight, though, so I don't think he's gotten any faster between now and then. So I think Gordon's going to win a decision here. I'm not expecting too much out of this fight. Next up, we have Grant Dawson versus Mateus Rebecki. And here I got Dawson winning by decision. I think he's going to be able to control Rebecki just on the ground and be able to get 3 good rounds of ground control, honestly. And just be able to Hamzat Chimaev and just like use his game plan. Big wrestler, Grant Dawson. I think he's going to get a bounce back win. Decision, though. Next up, we have Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amazov. This should be a pretty entertaining fight. I think Amazov is going to come out with a submission in the first round, honestly. Nice when they're still dry, no sweat. He's going to be able to lock up like a Darce or something, I bet. But yeah, a lot of hype out of this fight. Whoever wins this, I'd like to see wherever they go. Pretty good potential out of these two guys. Next up, we have Atibe Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. And I got Gautier winning by TKO in the first. I think they're trying to handpick his competition here and give him some very favorable matchups. Ozzy Diaz here. Not too much of a formidable opponent in the UFC, so I think he's going to be packed up out of here in the first round, to be honest with you. Gautier is like that. Next up, we have King Green versus Jeremy Stevens. This is an Unk battle if I've ever seen one. But I got Bobby Green winning here, honestly. I think Jeremy Stevens is just too far out of his prime, and King Green's always down for a brawl, you know what I'm saying? I think they're both gonna let their hands go, and I think he's gonna get an eventual TKO just by a flurry of punches. You know, and he's going to be showboating the whole time, too. But we'll see it out of Green, yeah. Yeah, this one might be a coin flip. I don't think it's as lopsided as the odds say. Next up, important fight at welterweight. We got Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Should be a very interesting clash of styles. Sean Brady, a more grappling heavy, grappling first type of fighter. And Buckley, a good wrestling base, but a guy that mostly prefers striking. It's going to be interesting. I think Buckley's going to be able to stop a lot of the takedown attempts from Sean Brady, and I think he's got a lot of power. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a knockout like Michael Morales did against Sean Brady, but I wouldn't count Sean Brady out. His grappling is underrated still. So if he is able to get Joaquin Buckley down, I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to sub him. But yeah, this should be a very exciting fight either way. Next up on the main card, we have Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. This should be a very exciting fight. You already know these heavyweights are going to be throwing crazy. I think Volkov's going to be able to stay out of the range of Waldo during this fight and just be able to pick him apart and then eventually get that TKO in the second round. Maybe with some, it's all going to work off his jab, I feel like. But it's just going to be very dangerous for Alexander Volkov here, just staying out of range. I think this fight is most likely going to end in a knockout, but I've got it going Volkov's way in the second round, but wouldn't be surprised if it went out first. Volkov, legend of the heavyweight division, against the up-and-comer Waldo Cortez. But yeah, I think Volkov's going to show there's levels to heavyweight, you know, there's levels to everything, yo. And for the co-main event of the evening, we have Joshua Vaughn versus Tatsuro Tara. Should be a very exciting flyweight championship fight. 5 rounds. We didn't really get to see a full championship fight out of Vaughn last fight against Pantoja with the arm dislocation. But hopefully there's no fluky ass win like that again. I think Vaughn's going to get it done here. Round 4 TKO. I think he's just going to really turn it on in boxing later on in the fight. I think Tatsuro has very good ground game, and he's going to try and take down. Vaughn's proven he's got decent takedown defense. Might get taken down earlier in the fight. If he's able to weather the storm, I think he's going to be able to outclass Tatsuro on the feet and get a finish here in the 4th round. They have him as a slight underdog. Yeah, I think a lot of people are just hating on Vaughn after how he celebrated after he beat Pantoja, I guess. But yeah, I think Vaughn's still a really good fighter, and I think he's going to get the dub here. And for the main event of the evening, we have Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland, middleweight champion. Belt on the line. Since this fight was booked, they've been talking shit. I really want Sean Strickland to win, but I do think Chimaev is going to be winning a decision here. It really hurts to say, honestly. I think he's just going to ragdoll him, kind of like he did DDP. Hopefully, I don't want to see Sean get put in a crucifix for any amount of time, to be honest with you. But yeah, I do not think it's going to go in Sean's favor. He's not going to be able to throw his teep kicks or anything. He's just going to be taken down as soon as he picks that leg up. As soon as this fight starts, you already know Khamzat's going to be diving at legs. But on the feet, I think Sean Strickland beats Khamzat. But I don't think he's going to be able to keep it on the feet. He might have some glances in the fight, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And I think Chimaev's just going to win a majority decision here. Sean's going to need another crazy miracle to take his belt back, just like the night he got it. But I guess we'll find out. You never know. It's MMA.